The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport. Out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Buffalo Bills. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Rivers on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. This time a spin, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 11, and it'll be third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They go play action for Murray. Now Carr. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
On second down, here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Carr going to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Latavius Murray, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Keep it skinny.
From the gun, Rivers. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Space to maneuver at the 40. Latavius Murray. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Latavius Murray with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Pernell McPhee not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now a play fake. Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Star Latulippe with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded inside the 5. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Carr now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man, there to knock it away that time.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he'll have his man, that's Cooper. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A Raider 1st down as Carr finds Cooper.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Bryant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Again, it's Carr. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. McPhee in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. From the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's a give to Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
First down, Rivers. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Khalil Mack able to drop him for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Off the play fake here. Rivers. He's going to go deep for Conley. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
The tackle was made by Michael Bennett. That was second down run for Murray. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first down, Murray. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Wells. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Carr turns, hands to Murray. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Express.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Carr with a give to Murray. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cooper. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Carr now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, and he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And the pitch goes to Miller. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Keep it skinny.
Rivers now to throw on first down. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Khalil Mack. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Rivers to throw it. He's going to go. And got his man complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Hurry up! Hey, we got 4. We got 4 now. 4 now. Q.
Again, it's Rivers. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. That one goes for 36 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Carr now on first down. Flushed out right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. Now a give. This is Murray. Busts through the tackle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Buying time to his, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jerry Hughes able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, Carr able to get it, and pressure gets to him again. Mike Bennett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Rivers now on 2nd down. He's going to go deep for Conley. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Chris Conley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills get a bit closer. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, now he bowls him over. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Carr now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. A handoff. It's Murray. He finds an opening past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. That good for 19 and a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They go back to Murray on first down. Finding room inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a give, left side. This is Murray. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A run, it's Murray. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
On first down, Carr. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Murray. Murray has the first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Latavius Murray, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
Touchdown, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Bills. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Cluster.
They begin with a run by Miller. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stepped out on the line of scrimmage.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at third down here. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Bills on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
4 down, check. Set, round 80. Mike 5'9". Watch the run.
Play fake, Rivers. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going deep here for Bryant. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, down. 185.
They go play action for Murray. Now Carr. And this is incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's third down.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
Carries piling up. It's Murray again. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a handoff to Miller. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. This is Murray. And now running right through it. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Monday down.
On second down, here's Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Yeah, 98's down. 58, 98. Purdue.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Following the interception here, Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. They go play action. Rivers. He's going to go deep for Conley. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play here for the Bills. 44 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred. Still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
The first down throw here for Rivers. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
From the red zone now, Rivers. His throw caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They get it to him running left. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
This is why I've never been a big fan of trying to get too cute down here by the goal line. For every one time something like this works, it seems like it blows up about 10 times. And sure enough, they'll wind up losing yards here.
Third and goal for Rivers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They run with Murray. And he's got room. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
A 20th carry coming up now for Murray. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey. 4 down.
Get down. 180.
They'll run the counter with Murray. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
808.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. No problem there on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Check 26, check 26.
Play action now. Rivers. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Hey, we got three,
Ready! 380!
Check 59, Mike is 59, Mike is 59. Stay with your man. Switch.
On third down, Miller. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Hey!
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
3 down.
Hey, Delta!
And they'll run it with McCoy. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hey, we're good. Raider 1.
Here's Murray. And some room to roam now. Open space inside the 10. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And it is no good. So maybe a little final act of mercy there. And that's how this one ends. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Raiders, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.